Hello Click Designers! So in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you everything that you need to know when making magazine covers with the software. So after you've logged into ClickDesigns and are on your dashboard, we can access the magazine cover section after going on templates, so clicking on templates from the navigation bar. So once you click on templates, what you want to do is you want to browse through all of the categories here and click on covers. So clicking on that is going to give you subcategories for all the cover templates. So we have templates for book covers, report covers, and for magazine covers. But since we are working with magazine covers for this tutorial, click on that category. So here, this is going to show you so many different template options to choose from. So for this video, we are going to be making a magazine cover two different ways. So the first way that I'm going to be showing you is how to make one using one of the given templates. And another way is to start completely from scratch. So let's start first with working with a template. So when you're on the magazine section, and actually this applies to all of the templates on the software, is that you can actually filter them depending on a specific genre of template that you want. So here we're on the magazine section, and if you scroll upwards to the search bar, you will see this drop-down menu that is labeled all categories. So if you click on that, it's going to give you even more categories or themes of the specific templates that you can filter out. So let's say, for example, I want beauty related covers. So I'm going to select beauty and I'm going to click on search. So here you go. It's given me so many different options for magazine covers that are related to beauty. So if there's a template that you want to work with, simply hover over it and click on the edit icon over here on the corner. This is going to open up the ClickDesigns editor. Okay, so we have the editor opened up. This is the template that I chose. So I actually really like this template, but I want to show you how easy it is to completely change this to your liking. So let's start first with the background. So we have a beautiful image of this girl, but let's say that we want to change it to another image. So let me just remove that, and then let me go back to the background section. Here you want to go underneath image, and then let's go to the search bar and let's search for another woman that we can put on the cover. Okay, so I think this one looks really beautiful. So I'm gonna go with this as my cover. I don't feel the need to adjust this anymore, but if you want to, you actually can. Over here on the background settings, you can actually crop this image and zoom it in, but I think this one looks really good already. So since the background of this image is more of a reddish, darker tone, and it kind of contrasts with the lighter text, so I think I want to recolor that. So first, let's recolor this box over here. So I'm gonna add some shadow to this. I think it'll add more dimension. And then I'm going to recolor this to a shade that matches her eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use the dropper icon, and then I'm going to paste in the color code. There you go. I think that looks really nice. And then for the circles, over here, I'm going to remove that. And instead of a circle, I think we should try a different shape. This one is more of a diamond shape. I'm going to adjust it a little bit and make it slightly bigger. And then I'm going to recolor this as well. And then also add shadow. All right, so there you go. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to readjust a lot of the text that we have, recolor all of it, and then I will make a couple of these changes, and then I will get back to you when I am finished and just give you a little summary of the changes that I made thus far. So this is an update on what I've done so far. So I'm currently still changing the fonts throughout the magazine cover. So this font is actually a font that I downloaded for my brand kit. So if you want more information on how to upload fonts to use on your designs and how to use brand kits, we do have videos on that on our channel. And I've also changed the color on a lot of the text. I've added some shadow to add dimension, and I am still changing the font on this lower half. I also added this rectangular shape. So I'm not sure if I want to make this smaller or not, but I think it just brings more attention and more balance color-wise to the overall cover. So I'm currently still changing the fonts for the how to make homemade makeup section. So I'm just going to do that, and then when I'm finished, I will let you all know. So this rectangle, I'm just going to make it slightly larger. Okay, there you go. So this is my design so far. I think I'm going to add one more thing. I'm going to go back to the image section. I'm going to go to the search bar. I'm going to search paper texture, and I'm going to add paper texture over top of my cover just to give it a more realistic looking feel. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to position it as so. I'm just going to put this over top of my design, and then I'm going to lower the opacity. Okay, so I think this is it. This is my design. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to click on Save and Exit, and here you can actually preview what you have done. So I'm really happy with this. I think it looks beautiful. So once you're done with your design, you can actually export it directly by clicking on Export here on top. But if not, you can always just click on Save, and all of your changes will immediately be saved onto your account. All right, so going back to the magazine section, let's try making a cover completely from scratch. So to do this, you just want to click on the Start from Scratch button on the corner, select covers, and click continue. Now this is going to give you several different templates or mockups of covers that you can choose from. So since we're making a magazine cover, on the top over here, you want to make sure that you are on the magazine category. Here there are currently 4 mockups to choose from. So I think I want to work with number 1, the front-facing magazine. So I'm just going to click on Use Template. And here we are. So we're back on the editor with our completely blank canvas. So here we can make our design directly from scratch, or if you already have a pre-made design that you want to import into a blank canvas, you can do that too. Okay, so let's start with our blank canvas. So let's begin with an image. So I'm going to go back to the image section and click on search, and I want this cover to be of an animal, so a dog or cat. So I'm going to search for that, and then I will upload one onto my canvas. Okay, so this is the image that I chose. So what I'm going to do, and what I think is really interesting here, is that I want the title or the big text of our magazine to kind of have this 3D effect with our subject. So to do that, let's duplicate this image. So I'm going to duplicate that. And then with the image that we duplicated, you want to click on BG Remover. So this is going to remove the background of your cat. Okay, so this is what I did. So I duplicated the image, and then I removed the background of the second image. I then added some shadow, and then I'm just going to layer this over top, and you'll see how this looks like with the text once we put it on. So I'm going to go to the text. I'm going to click Add New Text Layer, and then I'm going to add in the title for our magazine. Okay, so this is the progress on our cover. So to just give a quick explanation on what I did, so I basically just added 2 text boxes, what makes cats so and perfect. And then for this little 3D effect that we have going on here, as you can see, the cat does overlap on the perfect. So I just added in the text box, and then I arranged the layers for the word perfect to be in between both images. So when I put the second cat image on top, like this, you can see that it overlays with the title, and it gives it a more realistic or cooler looking feel, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to add even more text. I'm going to put in some more information and everything over on the top and maybe over on the side, and then I will get back to you with all of my other finishing touches. Okay, so now let's do my favorite part, which is adding texture. So let's go back to the image tab, and I want to add 2 different textures to this magazine cover to really make it pop. So first, let's go to the search bar and search for grain texture. Here you go. So I'm just gonna look for one that would look really nice. Okay, so I think this texture looks cool. Okay, so I'm gonna take this texture and then I'm just going to position it like this. I'm going to make sure it fills up the entire canvas. And I'm going to position this in between the first image and the image that we duplicated, if that makes sense. So this is how it looks like in the layers. So I then lower the opacity of this, and that's what makes it really, really cool. Now let's go back to the image tab, and then I'm going to search again, this time for paper textures. And then I am going to put this over top of everything. So it kind of gives a ruffled or crumpled looking magazine cover feel, if that makes sense. So there, again, I'm going to lower the opacity, and then I think that is it. That is my design. It is very simple. Again, I can always add more text, more graphics if you'd like. Again, be as creative as you'd like. So when you're finished, click on Save and Exit. Here you can preview your design, you can export it also directly, but if not, you can click on Save and save all of your changes. So that is it. That is everything that you need to know about magazine covers with ClickDesigns. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this tutorial was helpful.